Hello everyone, my name is Ava and welcome to this edition of 5 Questions. As you can see, this is a very special episode. We are incredibly excited and honored to have an opportunity to sit down with Elsie Morden. Elsie is a successful entrepreneur, a very talented Canadian recording artist, as well as a kindness advocate. First of all, thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to sit down with us, and thank you for sharing your message with our school too.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here. This is so exciting. Thank you.
Very good. We have to begin with the obvious. You're a very talented artist. How long have you been interested in music? What's been your inspiration?
So the first time that I ever sang, I was actually 4 years old, and I stood up on the table at a Taco Time restaurant in Kelowna, British Columbia, and I just started singing Barney songs I put on my own concert. That was the first time that I ever sang, and I've always loved music, I've always loved singing, and growing up, because of some hard times that I went through, I actually didn't sing at all. I was so afraid to sing in front of people. And then when I got into grade 11, that's when I really started to use music and singing as my outlet from my hard times. And that's when I also realized that I wasn't gonna let anyone or anything stop me from doing what I wanted to do anymore. So I have been focusing on singing, music, and performing since I was 16. I'm 23 now.
That's very interesting. Now, today's presentation was part of your No Time for That tour. Can you speak to that a little? How did your tour come to be, and why is it important to spread this message?
Yeah, so also the inspiration of why I started singing so much and focusing on music is because I realized how powerful and relatable and how healing music was, and it made me feel so much better. And I realized that there are so many people out there who were feeling, alone or hurt and misunderstood, like how I felt, because growing up I went through some bullying, and I also really struggled with mental illness, depression, and anxiety. And from my bullying and mental illness, I was able to turn to music, and it helped me. So that's kind of how the tour started and the charity, because I put together my stories and the songs that I had written about my experiences, and I started emailing schools, and I wanted to help and I wanted to make a difference and just let students know and youth know that they weren't alone and that it does get better, and that it's just so important to focus on the positive and that you can get through anything.
How fantastic! Continuing with kindness, we can all agree on what it generally means to be kind, but true, meaningful kindness is often described slightly different by each person. How would you define kindness?
So for me personally, when I think of kindness, I just think about treating everyone equally and just accepting people for who they are, really accepting them and just doing it with no judgment, and just treating everybody the same with kindness and how you want to be treated. It's very important.
How inspiring! Coming back to your music for a moment, we can understand that you write all of your own songs, and we've all had an opportunity to hear the finished product. But can you take us through a little of the songwriting process?
For sure. So because I write my own songs, it's all things that I've gone through, feelings I've had, experiences that I've had, and every song is different. Sometimes it starts with the lyrics, sometimes it starts with the melody, or just, like a musical little note thing that I have going on. It's so different all the time. Sometimes it takes me half an hour to write a song. Some songs I started over, 3 years ago, and I'm still working on them. So everyone's different. But it's a really, really cool process, and honestly, I'm just trying to tell stories and make a difference and help and inspire people with my music.
That's really interesting. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, Elsie, you're a successful entrepreneur, a gifted musician and songwriter, and you're also an advocate for kindness. This includes shopping at schools all over to share your No Time for That message, as you shared with us today. What I'm getting at is that you're clearly very busy. So what do you do to sharpen the saw?
For me to take care of myself when, because I'm so busy, so it's really important to take care of myself in any of my spare time or my downtime. I find it very relaxing and healing to go outside and be with nature, exercising and eating healthy. I love smoothies. So I'm always trying new smoothies, making new smoothie recipes, and just reading and writing. It's very important to always, learn new things and educate yourself. So I'm always reading, I love reading, and yeah, just my life is music, so anything to do with music as well, listening to other music, writing new songs, trying out new genres, going to concerts. I love doing that. I love animals so much. I'm a huge animal person. And yeah, but I'm never too busy to be kind. Nobody's too busy to be kind, and you never know what someone's going through, so be kind always.
Fascinating. Thank you again for joining us on this incredibly special edition of 5 Questions. We will be doing our very best to continue spreading your message and the importance of kindness throughout our school. We here at Davidson Road Elementary wish you all the best in the future. My name is Ava. For the Lowdown, back to you at the news desk.